Welcome to the What's Our Verdict podcast, where we fashion ourselves cinematic judge and jury. My name is JJ Crowder. I'm here with my co-hosts, Matts and Heiner.
Better red than dead.
Javier Ortiz.
What is up, my nerds?
Andy and Anderson.
Some shit.
Do you ever find yourself wondering if you should spend the time, money, or both on a movie? Well, we're here to answer that question for you. Each week we put a movie on trial, discuss the facts, pass judgment, and let you know our verdict. Check out our other episodes. If you're watching us on Facebook or Instagram, you can head to our website using the link in our bio. If you're on YouTube, the link's down in the description down below. And this is our spoiler-free review. So our deep dive will be available on Monday, January 4th. You can listen to that wherever fine podcasts are found. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Ghana, just to name a few. And as always, it's completely free. Today we're reviewing Soul. It was released December 25th, 2020. It was written by Pete Docter and Mike Jones. It was directed by Pete Docter and Kemp Powers. It stars Jamie Foxx, Tina Fey, Graham Norton, Rachel House, Felicia Rashad, and Angela Bassett. It's about a music teacher whose only passion is to become a successful jazz musician, and he's transported out of his body, must find his way back with the help of an infant soul learning about herself. If this is your first time joining us, we're going to rate this movie on a 3-tiered scale. Worth it, meaning you should find a way to watch this movie. Stream it, wait until you can watch it for free. And finally, skip it, meaning you shouldn't watch it at all. Mattson, why don't you get us kicked off with our spoiler-free review of Soul?
I know you guys saw my text. I got to be honest. I don't know if it's the frame of life I'm in or I love animated movies. Guys, I loved this movie. I really liked this movie. It made me, just gut reaction watching it. It made me feel good and like happy and upbeat. And it also just gave me a lot to think about in life about kind of what is my purpose? Who do I want to be? What do I want to do? But it was also fun. They portrayed it in a way that I watched it with my nieces and nephews, and they were all captivated by the animation and the story because there were some goofy moments and things. But as an adult, I feel like if you wanted to view this movie at a deeper level, you certainly could. So to me, I thought it was really well balanced in that regard. And I really, really liked the movie. So with that being said, JG, our highest bar again is what?
Worth it.
Worth it. Totally. For me, totally worth it. Like if I had to rent this movie on Amazon, I would re-rent it tomorrow and watch it for sure.
Cool. Ian, what about you?
I'm definitely going to go with worth it as well. I mean this is more of a compliment than it's going to be, but this is by far the best movie I've watched this year. There hasn't been a lot of movies out this year, but it probably still would have been if there was a lot of movies out. So it's a great movie. As Matson said, you can take it at surface level or you can dive deeper. And I think they did it in a way that feels very applicable to anybody who's watching. So great movie. Loved it. I have nothing but good things to say. Worth it.
Nice. I'll go. Yeah, I'm with you guys. Like, I was pleasantly surprised. Like, I went into this with very little expectations, especially after last week's debacle with Wonder Woman. Like, I had such high expectations for something that I was looking forward to seeing. And this one, I never heard really much about it. I knew it was coming out, but I didn't know much about it. So I very little expectations and left really just enjoying the movie as a whole. It was fun. It was lighthearted, but it had a very, very important message. And it's deep, like these two have said, like a very deep and very thoughtful message, and yet still very enjoyable, funny moments, great for kids, good for adults, nice lesson to be learned. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I also think it's very much a worth it. So go check this thing out. Get your Disney Plus if you need to, just to watch this thing right now, because it's fantastic. Javier, finish us up.
Yeah, it was okay. I'm just kidding.
Should have led with Javier.
Yeah, no kidding.
No, I'm just kidding. I think this is worth it. It was a lot of fun. Disney's really good at making these animated movies that end with you feeling really good, and I think they did it again. They did really well. There is the perfect amount of drug references in this movie. For those of you who enjoy those, and I ever since Princess and the Frog, I'm okay with jazz, right? And so the jazz in this was a lot of fun. It was really entertaining for me. Anyway, yeah, worth it. I think yeah, if you haven't seen it by now, like, what are you doing with your life at this point? So go watch it.
Must be a lost soul.
Ian's got jokes today. I'm looking forward to the rest of the podcast. Yeah, so there it is. Obviously a worth it movie. Go check this thing out. It's playing on Disney Plus. Yeah, use your free trial if you need to. It's worth the watch. Really, really good movie. Yeah, Matt, so why don't you tell them where they can find us?
Yeah, you can find us wherever good podcasts are found. Spotify, Apple, Ghana. You can check us out on our website at whatsourverdict.com. Come chime in with us on social media on Instagram and Facebook. And check us out on our YouTube channel as well to see a lot of our spoiler frees. But come engage with us. We love hearing from you.
Definitely.
Hey, JJ.
Yeah.
How come you don't ask me to do that anymore?
I don't ask anybody but Mattson to do that anymore because he's our social media guy.
It's just easier. Although JJ's our social media guy at the moment. Thank you, JJ.
I've been filling in while he's on vacation, but yeah, I don't. He does the social media, so I let him do that, and
it's
I let you come in and.
I would sarcastically talk about like how awesome podcasts are. It's not because of that.
No,
okay.
No.
Just want to make sure it wasn't personal,
Well, no, so we all have our things, right? Like I edit. Ian writes the great synopses that Mattson then puts in the social media, and
right.
You come and talk about movies.
Right. The hard part is basically what you guys have left me.
And we make sure that you talk about the ones that you've watched, and sometimes we have to record later because you forgot to watch movies. So
okay. Wow.
Just making sure that I'm just making sure everybody's place in the podcast is known,
I have never been so offended by something I 100% agree with.
Yeah. You represent that remark. No.
All right, that's a wrap.
Yeah. Javier's like, I'm not playing anymore.
All right, let's move on. Let's go.
Regretting that question, are you?
Yeah, it turned it on me.
Yeah, it's all right. I do that sometimes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you joining us. Again, like Mattson said, come join us for a deep dive wherever you can find us with our podcast, and come communicate with us. We love it, so we enjoy it. And don't forget about our TV side as well. We've been doing The Mandalorian, so go check that out. And we just talked about the investor call last week. It was a lot of fun. All right, guys, we appreciate you tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye-bye now.
Cinemagic out.
Whoa!